My boyfriend's student is obsessed with him, and it's getting out of control.
That's a little weird.
All right. So my boyfriend, Robin, 20 male Williams, is a tutor for our university. He's got many, many students, and I, 20 female, am perfectly comfortable with the amount of time he spends with them. No more than an hour per session, and no more than 3 per day, since he wants to devote time to both schooling and our relationship.
Okay, slightly less weird now that presumably they're all college students.
One student in particular, Lucy, 18 female, has been spending quite a bit of our time with our friend group recently. And once again, I'm okay with that. The more the merrier, you know? By the way, this comes from Burnett Throw 111. If you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/okstorytime subreddit. I'm Dakota.
I'm Sophia.
We're going to read this story. We're going to have thoughts. We might have advice. But let us know what you know in the comments because we don't know everything. And OP says, well, Lucy seemed nice enough at first. Good sense of humor, witty, and in general, a nice person. It wasn't until she had been in the group for 2 weeks that both myself and Robin started noticing some odd things, and here they are. Anytime we sit together with our friends for a meal, Lucy always has to take a seat next to Robin. Always. That seat should be reserved for you.
Yeah, that's your seat.
She texts him constantly, asking him what he's doing and if he can come over to her place for some extra tutoring. Robin is very, 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 very firm about his 1 hour per student, 3 students per day rule. My boyfriend loves strawberry ramen. One day, he opened the door to his dorm and found a crate of it, all from her. We are pretty big fans of Attack on Titan, and we do wear shirts and the like a lot.
I know exactly who you people are.
One day, she shows up in full Scout Legion attire, which costs hundreds of dollars.
Wait. I've seen one season of Attack on Titan. Is that like the full outfits that they wear in the show?
Scout, yeah, that's the uniform. Yeah.
She's like,
yeah.
Hey, Armin.
For anyone who's like unfamiliar with this, it'd be like if you were like...
It'd be like if you showed up to a Harry Potter fan in full Harry Potter uniform, cloak, wand, and everything.
Yeah. And it was also like supposed to be his favorite character or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah. She claims she's a fan, but when I asked her opinion on a certain character, she got the character completely wrong.
Wait, no, okay, adding to this is like if she showed up as like Draco Malfoy and she's like, yeah, I love the character and how much he loves Harry Potter and their relationship together.
Yeah. For those who care or are wondering, I asked her opinion on Commander Erwin, the GOAT, but she launched into a long, full of wrong facts explanation on Pixis instead. Okay.
She's trying.
Okay. As also a fan of Attack on Titan, she doesn't know what she's talking about.
No.
We are also big fans of Gravity Falls and are therefore planning to dress as Dipper and Pacifica for Halloween.
Crazy pairing.
I'm unfamiliar with Gravity Falls. Everyone has ever told me that I would like it.
It's a very popular pairing in that show, Pacifica and Dipper, but that is funny that's the one that they chose.
She's insisting on being a part of the costume as Wendy, who Dipper had a giant crush on throughout the show.
So funny.
We've got enough intel here to know what's up.
We can condemn her now.
We were talking about bearded ladies once.
Cool.
One of my friends cracked a joke about such people being perfect for myself and Robin since we're both openly bi. Robin snorted and said, I prefer my women like I prefer my men, brunette and clean shaven, while winking at me. This is insane.
Okay.
Lucy started laughing and said, and here I thought you preferred your women blonde. She was the only one who laughed. Yeah.
Is she blonde?
It's time to get her out of the circle.
Yeah. Sorry.
Bye. And that's up to your boyfriend.
Yeah.
To be like, hey, I can clearly sense something. Don't want it. I'm just your tutor.
Yeah.
I could go on and on about her odd behavior, but I think you guys get the gist of it. What's going on, Reddit? She was not like this at all before, according to my boyfriend. In fact, she used to shy away from him whenever he reached over to take her paper to correct it. We are both very, very uncomfortable with her behavior, but we have no idea as to how to approach it. Speaking with her is out of the question.
Why?
Let's find out. She makes a big deal out of small things. Something I learned when she took her computer to the university ITs where I work and we don't want to cause any scenes. Any advice?
Cause a freaking scene.
She's causing a scene.
The scene's already here. She showed up to your house in full cosplay.
Oh, it's just so transparently desperate that she wants Robin and is willing to take him from you.
Yes.
Like in front of your face.
Yes.
So be glad that your boyfriend is loyal and also equally perturbed by this woman's behavior.
Call her out.
We've got comments. OP says he is going to speak with her during their session tonight, which with luck won't be canceled. We are both already prepared to tell her that we will not tolerate any more of this behavior. The only thing is, as I've stated in other comments, she can be quite the loud one. We don't want that sort of attention. Do you think there's any way we can speak with her to avoid that?
I don't know, privately?
Dude, honestly, like these people are so young and they're not used to confrontation. You got to be louder.
Yeah.
You got to be bigger. Is probably a person who's learned that by being loud and angry and outspoken about things, people just like relent and give her what she wants.
Yeah. You need to show up in full Titan regalia and then eat her, metaphorically.
Yeah.
With your words.
Yes. OP says, I've already texted quite a few of our friends regarding this, and a lot of them agreed that her behavior was odd. Some even pointed out a few things that I had missed. Honestly, I'm absolutely shocked that she went so far to attempt to win him over. Buy an expensive outfit, indeed. It's one of those things that I truly wish I had the money for. I'm not one of the girls super into designer clothes, but show me a lovely cosplay outfit, I'd be drooling over it in a heartbeat. We have a bit of a game plan mapped out for when she comes over tonight. Of course, all we can do now is wait and see and hope that she either ends this behavior around him or leaves us alone for good. I understand you want to be like gentle, but you need to tell her she's going to leave you alone for good.
Yes.
And that he's not going to tutor her anymore, actually.
Yes.
Both of those things need to be non-negotiables.
Mm-hmm.
Deleted user says, what were the other things? I'm glad your boyfriend shoots her advances down. It's honestly refreshing after reading all these awful threads. I can't stop. It's like novellas. Help. OP says, oh Lord, I'm glad as well. For all the stories you read about terrible guys, I'm glad Robin at least isn't one of them. As for the other things, jokingly asked him how big his wiener was. It's not really a joke.
Ew.
When he asked her why, she answered with, just so I know what I'm up against. That can only mean one thing.
There is no other meaning to that.
Baked our whole group a plate of cookies, handed the first one to Robin. She ran out by the time she got to me, but she served herself first.
Yeah, she ate like 3 of them, and then she was like, oh no, there's nothing left for you.
Took the last cookie and just crushed it in her hand. Said, oops. Did I do that?
Did I do that?
Robin once showed up in nice pants. Robin's butt looks good in nice pants. I eyed that booty and wolf whistled at it because, hot dang. According to one of my friends, the moment I turned away from said booty, she made an attempt to smack it, but Robin took a step away at that instant without realizing that she wanted da booty.
I'm sorry, and all of your friends were just like, immediately, no, goodbye.
Just make her your third if you're not going to tell her to go away.
Yeah, there's only 2 options here.
We as a group effing love sushi, so most weekends we go out and grab some. She tagged along and participated in our usual practice of ordering a bunch of different kinds of sushi and sharing it all as a table. When hers arrived, she immediately attempted to feed Robin from her chopstick. He did not take it. Her roll was effing nasty anyway. Robin is a tall man, but he's also a very skinny man. I am a short woman, but I am also a slim woman. Since we are the skinniest in our group, sometimes my buddy Josh, whom we refer to as Black Santa because he is a big friendly black man, likes to pick us up bridal style and carry us around.
Insane.
Is it insane?
I think it's an insane detail to be like, by the way, we have a black friend. We call him Black Santa because he's friendly and black.
Yeah, Josh, he's a big friendly black man. We call him Black Santa. He loves it.
Yeah. By the way.
Just want to let y'all know. There's still hope for the future. When Robin got picked up one time, he was passed between our group friends, all pretending to either carry him off or carry him over the threshold. What threshold? I don't even know what that means.
They're marrying him.
She tried grabbing at him, but the first thing she did when she got him was grab for his butt, resulting in him freaking out and causing her to drop him.
Dude, stop abducting this man.
This is like
Weird.
not even a 3-strike. It's like a
No.
2-strike.
Yes.
You do it once and I can go, okay, maybe that was an accident. You do it twice and it's like, all right, you're a weirdo.
You make
Stop
me really
doing this.
uncomfortable.
Our group loves Super Smash Brothers. These are my people. When Robin and I play, we usually go as partner smashers, i.e. when he's Ness, I'm Lucas, and when he's Link, I'm Zelda, stuff like that. Robin once picked Robin. I picked Lucina. Lucy also picked Lucina and made a comment about how Robin and Lucina could get married in Fire Emblem Awakening. Robin and I knocked her out within the first 3 minutes of the game, then proceeded to toot the bridal march once we won. It was a team match, 2 on each team.
Why is she here?
Yeah,
Literally, why is she here? Because I think Robin, at any point in the group, could say, hey, she makes me really uncomfortable when she touches me without my consent. We don't want her around anymore.
Yeah, that's a 100% doable thing. You are not locked into a binding contract to hang out with Lucy. Lucy once asked Robin what made him like me so much. Robin jokingly said that it's because I give him a lock of my hair whenever he's about to take a test, so he has something to rub his face in when he's feeling stressed. I don't. I give him a full body massage after each test. When his next test rolls around, she walks up and hands him a chunk of her own hair. Ooh. This is stuff where once Lucy becomes an actual adult and looks back on this, she will hopefully be like, I would never reveal these things to anyone.
Why did I do that?
She'd be like, I was a deranged person and I'm so glad I have grown and changed.
Hopefully.
Honestly, the last one there is what caused me to post this thing in the first place. I guess I was just too frazzled to include it, but there you go. And we have an update.
Oh, boy.
I hope Lucy took the news well and didn't do anything unhinged or deranged after you told her, hey, we don't really want you around anymore.
No, that doesn't sound like Lucy.
It's classic, stable, easygoing Lucy.
We all know Lucy.
Have you ever had a Lucy in your life?
I can't say that I have. Beyond like 5th grade. You know, like 5th grade, there's always some kind of weird, strange person.
Yeah, no one's slicing their hair off and being like, I heard you might like this. Please take a whiff. All right, we've got an update. Last night, Lucy came for her tutoring session. At the time, I was helping Robin with his laundry. So when she knocked, only Robin went to go answer the door. I decided to stay behind in the room, continuing to fold his laundry, but listening in case I had to step in. Everything started out normal enough at first, with her putting her books down and trying to make small talk with him. Robin is a very polite man, so he answered her small talk questions accordingly, but the moment they sat down, according to Robin, she actually scooted her chair closer to his, so much so that their legs were nearly touching under the table. Robin got down to business. Reddit, what happens next is completely unreal. I don't even know if I had only dreamed of all this or not, but I truly do wish that I could have made this up.
What happened?
I'm so excited.
Ooh, baby.
Unfortunately, I'm not creative enough, nor am I capable enough to do so.
Just tell us.
I would never have thought that such a seemingly normal girl, it's not normal at all, by the way.
Nothing she's done at any point in this story has been normal.
I never thought she could turn out like this, but I suppose there are unexpected ugly sides everywhere. Nevertheless, here is what happened. Robin immediately started out telling her that lately he's noticed that she's been trying to insert herself into both his and my own hobbies for quite some time. He also noted that she seems to be spending quite a bit of money on him lately as well, noting the Strawberry Ramoon crate, and I didn't even know about this one, the Attack on Titan ring set. Sounds sick. I would like that as a user of rings. Don't do that, though.
I'm looking this up. I want to know how much that ring set costs.
He said that while he is flattered and appreciates the gifts, he wants her to stop because it's not appropriate behavior between a tutor and his tutee. Tootie. I think she may have tried to say something because Robin said rather quickly after that, and I'm sorry, but even from a friend, I can't accept gifts that extravagant. She was quiet for a bit. I actually had to sneak shuffle my way over to the doorway, staying out of sight, of course, since they would be able to see me from the table to hear anything. But it sounded like Lucy started crying or sniffling at the very least. Next thing I know, she's burst into tears and rambling something that afterwards even Robin couldn't comprehend. By the time she was able to be comprehensible again, that's when crap got weird. Again, already weird. All of this is weird.
All of it is freaking weird.
That wasn't weird. I don't know what the hell's going to happen now. She's going to crack open like an egg and come out with wings or something.
Yeah.
It's crazy. She started blubbering about star signs, about how it was written in the stars that not only were they compatible, but they were destined to be together.
And you're a Taurus, and I'm a Capricorn, you don't understand. And Mercury is also in retrograde, so you have to love me.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what you hit her with?
Yeah.
You gave who wrote that stuff? She goes,
And then she dissolves.
because no one's ever been able to give me an answer to that.
To who wrote what?
Who's in charge of all the astrology connections? Who's in charge of reading those, deciphering those, scripting those, writing them down, putting them in a book, and giving them to you? Who's responsible for that?
I think some of it comes from Greek mythology and some of it is Chinese mythology. That could be totally inaccurate.
Exactly. No one knows.
But I'm also not interested in that, so...
Anyway, she told him how she had read in her horoscope or fortune or something like that, that her true love would be her greatest teacher and she the wisest of his students.
I think you just say, you're actually the worst of my students.
There you go. She also went on and on about how it was meant to be that they would meet for tutoring, then fall deeply in love and carry on a forbidden romance until he could, and I quote, shed the shackles of his duty and false lover, so that they may walk forever amongst the stars.
Girl, what freaking romance anime has she been watching?
I'd be scared. I'm afraid.
Yeah.
By now, both Robin and I were shocked, speechless. While we perfectly respect those that truly believe in fate and the like, this was something that we simply couldn't get our heads around. I honestly wanted to walk out and say something, but kept quiet because then she started on another tirade. She started going on and on about how it was written in wherever she was getting this from, that I was undeserving of Robin's love, and that I was only there because I wanted to lead Robin astray from the true path of love.
What prophecy did she read?
This is a person who should not be around others.
Yeah.
This is a person who needs to be quarantined.
This is a mental breakdown.
She also said that once she fulfilled her duty of lifting the veil from Robin's eyes, they would travel the world and together raise 3 beautiful children, all with Robin's eyes and her hair. And these 3 beautiful children would grow up to save the world from an alien invasion. Aliens invading to take the love away from the people. She didn't really say that, but
She would.
I wouldn't put it past her.
Yeah.
She would teach them how to be good, kind people, and he would pass on his wisdom. Together, she claimed, they would become king and queen of the world?
Sorry. This feels like Team Rocket.
This is Jesse and James.
Yeah. Actually, wait. Also, this is, you know the episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender where they go to Ember Island and Azula is like trying to flirt with one of the guys and she's like, hey, Chen, you're so sharp. You could puncture the hull of an enemy warship.
Yeah.
But the part where she's like flirting and they kiss a little bit and then she's like, together we're going to make the best couple and rule the world. And Chen's like, okay. That's what this is.
Exactly what this is.
Yeah. Go watch that scene if you haven't seen it.
Oh my God, this poor girl. I don't think I'd be able to stop myself from laughing in her face. I don't think I could.
No.
Robin stopped her right after that and said that veil or not, he's most certainly not going to leave me, and that even if he did, he had no feelings for her beyond a student and maybe a friend. He also said that on top of that, this was not about some destiny, but about her behavior and his request that it stops. He asks her to understand that the costume in question was a couple's costume, and thus he wanted to make it special for just myself and him. Honestly,
It's like the least important thing of this.
Unbelievably insane that this conversation is carrying on like it's business as usual. This needs to be like a wow. I don't think that we should really see each other ever again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you feel so extremely about this, but I share none of that. And given what you've just told me, I would be very uncomfortable being around you or hanging out with you.
Absolutely bonkers that he heard all that and said, you know, we need to talk about the costumes.
A true cosplay nerd. He told her that while he appreciated that another person shared the same interests as us, which she doesn't, that she was going too far with them. Lucy immediately countered with, "If OP truly loved you, she wouldn't be cheating on you right this moment. I saw her effing 3 different guys on my way to your room."
I like the idea that OP was in one room effing one guy and then moved down a couple rooms.
Yeah.
And this girl is just like,
OP.
how did you get there so fast?
OP has unlocked the secrets of teleportation and is using it to cheat on you with 3 guys. I saw it. Their doors were open. They were in the hallway.
She cloned herself.
Yeah. Your girlfriend's cloning herself to cheat on you. But then is it really cheating? Now, that got me pissed. Yes, okay, crap was already pretty nuts, but really, if you're gonna lie about me cheating, at least have the courtesy to make me seem less stupid. Either way, I was so done at that point, and in a fit of anger, I took hold of one of the articles of clothing I was folding and marched the F out. The look on her face was priceless. Here she was, caught in a bold-faced lie, and there I was, waving Robin's boxers around, going, "She's right, Robin. I'm effing leaving you. I'm sorry, but I'm more in love with your boxers." Robin can't take it. He just starts cracking up and almost falls out of his chair. He may have been down for the count, but I wasn't. I immediately marched up to Lucy and told her that sorry, not sorry, she is no longer welcome in our friend group. Thank God!
Finally!
Oh my God!
Took way too long.
I told her that I did not like the way she was trying to steal my boyfriend, or the way she kept butting into the things that we had planned to be just us sort of things. I also very emphatically told her that the both of us were not welcoming to people who would dare to spread lies about either of us. And the entire way through, she cried and kept mumbling things like fate and destiny and all her mumbo-jumbo. Eventually, Robin managed to compose himself enough to start talking again. He told her that he agreed with me and that while he would have eventually forgiven her attempting to come between the relationship and acting inappropriately towards him, insane.
Why?
Because he's 20 and a nice guy.
Yeah.
But he could never forgive someone attempting to lie to him about someone he loved dearly. So with that, he got up, gathered her stuff for her, and gestured to the door. But of course, Lucy had to go in for one more attempt. What does she do? She pulls down her shirt.
I'm literally going to campus freaking police or whatever. I am reporting this.
Yeah, this is something you need to go to, like, whoever the authority is in the dorm or wherever you're at. This needs to be documented and reported because I would bet all of the money I've ever made in my whole life that she's going to come back and do some deranged stuff.
She's already probably put a curse on you.
Yeah, this person I would consider a danger to themselves and others.
Agreed.
She had come in wearing rather revealing clothing, which is actually quite normal for her, but apparently she wasn't wearing a bra and maybe no underwear at all underneath. She just pulls down her shirt and bang, there they are, la dunga dunga dunga. Robin immediately recoils and looks away because while he's fine with seeing someone's chest, he's taking quite a few different anatomy classes.
What?
I love all the details in this story.
This is
Josh,
so random.
Josh, Black Santa, by the way.
My boyfriend's taken anatomy classes, so he's seen some tatas.
Oh, he's seen some chests.
Let me tell you.
He has just always been the sort of person who would rather just not see someone's bare chest waving at him. And oh boy, is she waving those things around, practically screaming at him to look at them and understand that it is her she desires. She's doing circles, she's trying to do hypnosis. She's got the little tassels on them going.
She's like, look at them.
She starts humming the Snake Charmer song. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, she says, "Look, you must understand that this is what you want. You want me, not her, because her are bigger and better." Oh my God.
I'm so sad we're not doing this on the live.
Oh yeah. And because they're destined to be together. During this whole time, I'm speechless. I can't even comprehend what's going on anymore. Luckily, it's just so happened that she was so loud that the RA knocked on the door, and I was at least functional enough to run and open it. She was too far gone to even notice the knock, so when our lovely RA looked in, all she saw was Robin yelling at her that it was inappropriate and to put those away while she was yelling at him that one look at her and all of his desire for me would transfer to her. But did she, like, have a meeting with, like, an old, ancient Stygian witch or something? Like...
No, she met with some sort of freaking seer, and, like, the oracle was like, you'll go west and meet a teacher, and you'll be the best student. But it was, like, someone outside of Ralph's. And you'll be the best student he's ever seen. But there will be a witch that you must defeat before you can be with your true love.
Yeah, and this is just a deranged, unhoused individual outside of a grocery store.
Also, please sign this for the environment.
It's a petitioner. Oh, God. Once the RA managed to recover from, well, the shock of what the heck was going on, she immediately stormed in. She's a tiny woman, but was raised by a father in the Marines, a very tough nut to crack, and took control of the situation. Are we sure she wasn't cast, that the spell wasn't accidentally cast on her, and now she's deeply in love with Lucy?
She's like, whoa.
Oh.
How's she doing that?
She had come because residents were complaining about the noise in Robin's dorm, so she had to investigate. She sat us all down on the couch and had us tell our stories. Robin and I remained firm with our accounts, telling her about Lucy's behavior and what had happened this night. Lucy was crying and blubbering her little destiny spiel.
Is she wearing a shirt?
I would think she's put the shirt back up, trying to put lies in about how I scratched her with my fingernails, which is BS just from looking at her and my nails. She had no scratches on her, and my nails are cut down and very blunt. And about how I seduced Robin and stole him from her and blah, 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 blah. The RA knew me personally enough to know that I was Robin's girlfriend and that I would never attack another person for no reason. So, of course, Lucy's account is taken with a grain of salt. From that point on, it was only a matter of waiting for campus security to arrive so that Lucy could be taken away for disturbing the peace and indecent exposure. They wanted to take myself and Robin too, but my RA managed to convince them that Lucy was the only one yelling, which she was, and that, if anything, we were the victims. That would have been insane.
Yeah,
if
they're like, you're
were...
coming too.
Yeah. We may get pulled in for further questioning, of course, and the matter itself is still under investigation, so there's a chance that Robin and I may receive write-ups for this incident or something, but such a chance is low. And by the way, it's a very high chance that you can listen to full episodes of stories like this on your favorite podcast platform like iHeartRadio or wherever you're listening to podcasts. Just search OK Storytime and find us there. We've got the tail end of this story here.
Craziest story. I'm putting this up with, like, craziest stories that I've ever read.
It might be, it could be up there.
Like Hoagie Down, this one.
The Gaycation.
The Gaycation.
Or the Jaycation.
The Jaycation.
The Jaycation.
Yeah. The Jaycation.
Because certain blue platforms don't like to believe J people exist,
Yeah.
and it shouldn't be spoken about.
Yeah, all the Joshuas, Jakes, and Jesuses out there.
Yeah.
It's for you.
For now, it's over. We're cutting her off from our friend group. Robin and I blocked her on all social media and her number, and if it becomes an absolute necessity, we're getting a restraining order. I know this story is wild and crazy and just unbelievable. I know that. If I had not witnessed this, I would never have believed it myself. If you told me when I first posted my original post yesterday that I would bear witness to a crazy girl attempting to shove her chest in my boyfriend's face and screaming about how they were destined to be together, I would have asked what you've been schmoking and if I could have some. But there you go. I'm not asking you to believe me. I'm just asking that if you're capable of coming up with something like this, send me whatever it is you have that lets you do that. TLDR, she was destined to wave her tatas at him. And that is the end of that story.
What a tale. What a tale. Wowee.
I just thank God he closed his eyes, because imagine,
Yeah.
I'm imagining like she really did see like a very legit spectral, like mythical entity with
Sure.
like purple crystals for
Yeah.
eyes. And it was like, all you must do is rotate your chest counterclockwise and he will forget all of his past. And all he will know is his burning desire for you.
Opie's like, no, don't do it. Cover your eyes.
She's got
He's
like,
"Ugh."
yeah. And that's why you don't talk to the witch with purple mottled skin and a bone arm, because she's evil.
Yeah, he melts like they do in freaking Indiana Jones. No.
Oh, man. And I do fully believe this because I've seen what people are capable of when they are driven mad by, I don't know.
Love.
Yeah, if you want to call it that.
Obsession.
Obsession, yes. But that is the end of that story, and we've got another one.
Sure do. I thought I was growing closer with my friends, but they were secretly against me.
Oh, no. That's terrible.
I, 23 female, have 3 friends. We'll call them Allison, B, and Carla. All 3 of them are my husband's lifelong friends' wives.
Oh, not the wives.
The Wives Club. I've been friends with Allison longer than the other 2. The other 2 have only been around the past 2 years. Allison and I have a complex history of an on and off again friendship. There's a lot of past there we decided to leave behind in 2025 and grow our friendship, which I was more than happy to do because nobody wants drama at our grown age. But I know who wants drama. It's Lil Goth Bish 101, which is where the story comes from. And if you want to submit your own stories and get all the drama, you should go to r/okstorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Dakota.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we'd do. So let us know what you would do in the comments.
I know what you would do. You'd watch this.
Please. OP says, over the past year, Allison had her rainbow baby. What is a rainbow baby?
Is that because she is a lover of ladies, a thespian with an L?
Rainbow baby. A rainbow baby.
Is a leprechaun born under, it gave birth at a pot of gold?
No, it's actually much sadder.
Oh, wait, what?
A rainbow baby is a child born after a parent has experienced a miscarriage, stillbirth, or neonatal passing.
Okay, so that's kind of half awful, but half great.
Yeah, okay, well now we know what a rainbow baby is. And B had a baby, along with her and her husband getting custody of his 2 kids from a previous relationship. Safe to say, it was the year of change. I did my best to be there for B after she had a baby. I took the 2 kids almost every weekend to either do fun stuff like Sky Zone, love, I want to go, and thrift shopping days, or just lounging around my house eating our favorite snacks and playing video games. Even during the summer, I hosted a small reception for her elopement in my backyard for our group because she couldn't afford it due to financial struggles. During this time, I showed up and showed out for my friends and their kids. I spent a lot of time, money, and effort to make sure everyone felt loved and special, both adults and kids. B was going through a lot, going from having no kids to 3, and it didn't help that the 2 she got custody of were from a very harmful home and didn't have the best emotional stability. I tried my best to be there and be a support system because I can't imagine what that feels like. Allison and I continued to adopt healthy behaviors such as being open and honest about our feelings and having an open line of communication. Carla and I also spent some time clearing up some lies Allison had told her I said, and we ended up becoming closer. Now that you have some backstory, let's get into where I might be wrong. Oh. Our friend group has 3 big events every year. The Halloween party, Friendsgiving, and Christmas and New Year's. That's 4.
That's 4 things.
That's 4 things. And don't say, oh, Christmas, New Year's, same thing. Different parties completely.
You'd have to call it crew years.
Crew years. Or everyone, ship up. Come on.
Would it be chew years?
Chew years. Or it could be Numas year.
Happy Numas year.
This year, with Allison having a baby towards the end of the year, getting close to Numas year.
That might be a Numas baby.
Carla and I decided to host Halloween and Friendsgiving, respectively. I told everyone when I would be hosting Friendsgiving and made sure work schedules would line up for the day. 2 weeks before the event, B told me she worked that day, even though I had confirmed a month in advance that the day would work for her. So I spent some time trying to work everything out. I sent a message in the group chat asking everyone what they would be bringing, and everyone read it, but nobody responded. Ooh, that really grinds my gears. Oh boy, I hate when you message everyone about plans and no one says anything.
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, everyone in a group chat with me is guilty.
But sometimes you try to make plans. You sent a text about doing 4th of July in December.
Yes! Because you have to make plans early, because if I had done it now, I just know everyone would already have plans.
It's too early to lock in.
Well, I would like to lock in again. I'm going to send another text and say,
Now would actually be the perfect time to lock. We're 2 months out.
I'm going to send a text and say, hey, who wants to go to 4th of July? I have a place that I actually need to cancel by June if no one goes. After a couple hours of waiting, I sent a message to the girls that I felt disrespected, because I always make sure to have good communication with whoever's hosting, and nobody could do the same for me. A little too serious? I usually just say, hey, respond.
Yeah,
works.
you just press the issue a little bit.
Yeah. At that time, Allison was in a fight with her husband, and Alex texted the chat that they were no longer coming. Ooh. I was confused and didn't understand why, because earlier Allison and I were discussing if she wanted to make the turkey or if that would be too much. I texted Allison and she lost it on me. So I stepped away because I didn't know what was going on and didn't feel like being cussed out. The next day, she told me that she and her husband were fighting and that Alex had sent that out of anger and wouldn't tell her why. My husband messaged him and told me he didn't want to go because they weren't hosting. I was then the a-hole because I told Allison that Alex could sit at home by himself and throw his own Friendsgiving, and that no one would attend because everyone would be at my house. I regretted it almost immediately after I sent it, and after giving everyone some time to simmer down the next day, I sent a long apology to both Allison and Alex separately.
Now, were you in the right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that going to help get the situation resolved? Nah.
No.
That's a little letter you write to yourself and then you burn it. Because it
Yeah.
is true. You're going to throw a temper tantrum because you're not hosting. Shut up. Be grateful someone else is hosting. It's literally, that's what the whole thing is about.
It's Friendsgiving. It's Friendsgiving. Allison and Alex have a history of not showing up when I host events, which is what led to that nasty comment.
Ooh.
Let's move on to Christmas. Ooh, okay. We're moving on already. What did they say about that comment that you made?
Yeah, did they show up?
For Christmas, I made each of my friends handcrafted, personalized gifts. I love crafting for people, so I was super excited to give them out, and even more over the moon when they said how much they liked them. For Christmas, the only friend who got me a gift was Allison. I wasn't expecting anything from any of them, so this came as a happy surprise, especially when she handed it to me in a Yankee candle bag. It was a tomato plant scented candle. That is a peculiar scent of candle I've never seen before.
I agree, but I know someone who might enjoy that. Riley, thoughts?
Yeah, would you like a tomato plant candle?
Riley is in the room with us.
I like vanilla scented things, but there's a limit. I feel like I don't even like tomato juice, so I just think
Nor
this
do
would.
I.
Now, is it like a tomato soup candle?
No, I think it's
story.
just tomato.
No, I can't.
Not even, and
No go.
Riley will scarf a tomato,
He
so if
loves
he's
a
not into the
tomato.
candle, no one should be.
I only own vanilla candles or musky candles. And Allison has a history of re-gifting, so I don't know if it was originally for someone else or if someone gave it to her and she was passing it on.
Oh, she totally did that.
Yeah, she's like, I freaking hate this tomato candle.
That is the most re-gift
Yeah.
candle I could ever think of. That candle's had 5 or 6 different owners for sure.
There are very few situations where people actually buy just a candle and gift that. Candles are almost exclusively re-gifts when they're the only thing given. Either way, to me, it just showed how little she cared, especially when I saw she had gifted B a gold evil eye bracelet. Ooh, yeah.
Well, she gifted her something that's designed to break.
Yeah, is it?
Well, yeah, that's the whole point of the evil eye.
I thought that was the Mennonite thing.
I don't know what that is, but the evil eye is supposed to protect you from evil
Interesting.
and bad fortune. And when the evil eye breaks, that's how you know it did its job and you're supposed to get another one.
The more you know. It's not the amount spent, it's the half-butt gift that showed how little she knows me after 4 years of friendship.
Dang, wait, she got you a candle after
Yes.
4 years?
Candle after 4 years.
That is enemy.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Honestly, I think it goes in phases. I think after 2 years, you get a really nice gift for your friend. After 20 years, don't get gifts for either.
Well, I think there's it's just the level of thoughtfulness,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
It's like, it doesn't even have to be, I mean, they have kids, so
Yeah.
you can't be spending really a lot of money on stuff like that, but
But OP didn't seem to spend money in, she made stuff.
she got you the most thoughtless candle you could have ever been given.
Yeah. You don't even like those scents. Now let's get to New Year's. Carla hosted, and immediately when we got there was hostility in the air. Carla has an older male German Shepherd who has bitten my husband and I multiple times.
Okay. We all know how I feel about that.
The dog is most likely inbred and has one of his balls stuck inside him that never dropped. What? And her husband refused to get him neutered when the dog was younger, against me and my husband's advice. So
Wait. Hold on.
He's got one ball and he hasn't been neutered.
He's an inbred one-ball dog who bites people.
And it's stuck inside of him?
Take off your widgets. All right, now you can
And it's stuck inside of him?
Yeah, just one of them.
How do you even find that out? How do you...
Probably through a doctor. They're like,
did the vet tell you, like, I don't know if this thing's allowed to exist?
well, I feel like it's a pretty easy way to find that out if he only has one ball.
Oh my God.
That is the wildest thing I've heard all week.
You should have heard the first story.
Yeah, you should have.
Oh,
It was crazy. This is a good YouTube episode. Throughout the night, we were made to feel ostracized after the topic of the dog biting came up in conversation, and we said that he bites. Opie's like, yeah, this dog freaking bite. This one-balled dog, he's a biter. I'll tell you
he's
that
bitey.
much.
He technically has two.
He's
Just can't find the other one.
just can't see the other
Just
one.
way up in there.
And Allison's like, how dare you? That's my dog. How dare you? He's sensitive about that.
Doesn't she have kids?
Yeah, and they're bitten all the time.
This dog's gonna eat your
Yeah.
children.
Allison told Carla that I was slightly uncomfortable with being at her house due to the dog biting, and I'm pretty sure she left out the fact that B had said she didn't like going to their house and wouldn't trust bringing her kids around the dog.
Oh, no,
wait,
okay.
sorry, this is Carla's dog.
Carla does not have kids.
Yeah, Carla has a one-balled German Shepherd.
She has honestly something that sounds maybe even more difficult than kids.
Yeah.
An inbred, bitey, one-balled dog.
Yeah. So it was Carla who has the dog and Allison who's spreading the lies.
It's her fur baby.
I told my husband I wanted to leave so many times, but he asked to stay, even though he told me he was made to feel like he was intruding on them. The night ended with me puking in the bathroom due to drinking away that feeling. Girl, what?
Okay, that's a separate
Girl,
issue.
what?
That's a issue.
Yeah,
Okay. Why
we
did
can't
why did we
blame.
do that?
Stop.
That's called an unhealthy coping mechanism.
Yes, it is. Now let's get to now. January 2nd, right after freaking
Newmas Day.
Newmas Day. I forgot the name.
Don't worry, I got you.
Thanks. January 2nd was my husband and Bart's birthday. They've always tried to do something together, but my husband knew that with the 3 additions, Bart might do something as a family. Well, Allison and B went out to dinner with the husbands and said nothing to us. We didn't get an invite and only found out the next day. That was my last straw. Finding out about that made us realize that there are a lot of dinners and hangouts we weren't invited to, and I just don't want to be friends with people who make me feel this way. My husband tells me my expectations are set too high and that all of those things I'm upset about are normal in a friendship and I need to just let it go.
Okay, your husband is cooking.
Your husband's like, nah, they can do whatever they want without us. It's fine.
Which, honestly,
It's
I think
true.
you're saying that as a joke, but that's entirely true.
It is true.
OP said, make me feel this way.
Yeah.
However, I believe that the only person in charge of how we feel is ourselves.
I think just sometimes it's really difficult with these small friend groups where, you know, sometimes you're going to hang out with some people and not with the other. And it's kind of deciphering, is that because you're intentionally trying to leave me out, or is it just because you want to hang out with some people sometimes and you want to hang out with some people other times? It does feel a bit intentional in this moment. I think for you, you've seen that they don't necessarily show up for you in the way that you want. So now it's just your time to move on and put them down to level 2 friend.
Well, I think the main problem here is just Allison. You
Yeah.
said you've already had problems with her in the past and that you guys like just set it aside and move forward, which makes me think you guys didn't really address or get to the root of anything at all and just said, let's forget it all. Wipe, reset. You can't really do that.
But we've got a little bit more. I've never been in a friendship like this where I didn't walk away at the signs I wasn't wanted. So am I the a-hole for walking away?
No, I think you have some kind of trauma response to something earlier in your life that makes you really recoil from any feeling of being neglected or excluded. And so to prevent that from happening ever again, you're just going to wipe your friends off of your life, which is not going to help.
I would just put them down to level 2 friends, personally. Because I've had friends where I'm like, you know what, these people aren't inviting me to things or aren't showing up in the way that I need them to, so I'll hang out with them when we do.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Update. I just wanted to come on here and say I'm glad everyone said I'm not the a-hole and have every right to leave, because I realized the harsh feelings towards me go way back. I recently became friends with a girl who was in the group that they all ganged up on and spread lies about to make me not like her as well. Collusion.
Okay, yeah. Now, if there's collusion in the entire group against you, that's totally different.
Yeah, and now you're valid.
Yeah, and that I wasn't trying. You were totally valid. I was just saying, like, are we doing this from a place of like real need, or is it like perceived slights? Because I feel like everyone also showed up to that Friendsgiving because we didn't hear anything about them not showing up. Just that they like didn't want to at first.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Clear. We spent a whole night talking out our side of things and saying what was true versus what was made up. Turns out a lot of what they said about her was made up. I mean, so she says. And it also turns out that while I was planning weddings and photographing them, they were saying things like they hope I get into a car accident on my way to an event so they won't have to see me. Oh, so yeah, these aren't your friends.
Yeah, we're actually downgrading these people to level 1 enemies now.
Yeah, these are enemies.
You see how they said on your way to the event, not after the event?
Yeah.
They don't even want you to have fun at the event.
Yeah, they don't want to see her. That's wild. You're not at all the a-hole.
Oh, man.
And how they can end my relationship with one sentence. What does that mean? I'm sad and mourning the loss of what I thought were good friendships, but I'm more sad at the thought that they would feel comfortable saying they hope I get into an accident, especially since one of the friends knows I got into an accident 2 years ago that could have unalived me. A car hit my driver's side going 60 miles per hour. Wow. My wedding is also coming up in August. My soon-to-be husband and I decided to move it up from October of next year due to my father-in-law having heart and kidney failure, and us being scared he won't be able to make it to next year. The wedding is child-free. I have family across the state and in other states who are coming out. Found babysitters, no issues, no fuss, just an RSVP that they're coming. By the way, I need you to come on down to listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime.
There were so many different ways you could have done that. I'm glad you did it that way. I wouldn't have had the will to not do it the other way.
And I don't even know what the other ways are. I'm scared.
Good.
But we've got a little bit left to this story. Do you have any final thoughts?
I would like to apologize. But also, I think the core of what I was saying is still true, in that we are responsible for how we feel at the end of the day. And when you have a group of friends, there's going to be some element of politicking, and not everyone's going to be everywhere at the same time and blah, blah, blah. But again, these people suck and wished you misfortune.
Yeah.
So whatever. But yeah, I guess your gut is like super tapped in. So you're good.
I think OP probably just didn't give us the full list of everything that they did and how they spoke to her. But I've had friends who were telling lies about me, and I didn't find out until later. And they were just like super passive aggressive in the moment. And I was just like, oh, I don't really like that behavior. And I kind of distanced myself. So honestly, it was like not in this level, but it was a similar situation where sometimes you just feel the vibes and you're like, this is off.
Yeah, you do end up feeling the vibe. You do.
But we got a little bit left. Alex and B have thrown what I can only describe as the biggest tantrum you can have in your adult life. Alex sat on the phone with my soon-to-be husband for a good hour, just screaming at him because we want the wedding to be child-free, stating we view his child as a burden. We never even gave a whisper of having that thought, so projecting much? All while my soon-to-be husband was offering up his grandmother's house for Allison to sit in with their child so she could be close by, and they could come to the reception with their baby after. I reached out to B to let her know my soon-to-be husband would be reaching out to Bart to try and work something out so they could come, and I then proceeded to get chewed out for an hour. I got told I'm making her feel bad for not being able to come when I was trying to offer solutions and didn't even want to talk about the wedding with her. Not going to get too into the conversation because that's something for me to unpack in therapy this week. But I'm glad they're no longer a part of my life and that my soon-to-be husband is realizing that his so-called friends haven't been his friends for a while now.
Oh, yeah, because these were all the husband's
Yeah.
friends.
Husbands, wives club.
Yeah, the husband's friends' wives club.
Mm-hmm. Things and priorities change when you have kids, but I don't think they change enough to scream at your friend for 45 minutes while he offers up a million solutions so you can attend his wedding.
Yeah, that he's pushing up because his dad is literally
Yes.
falling apart.
Yep. Crazy reaction. I'm glad that you distanced yourself from these people. Yikes.
Yeah.
But that's the end of this story, and we've got another one coming right up.
My boyfriend and I eloped to escape his family's drama, but it made it worse.
Oh, no.
I, 21 female, met my now husband, Mark, 21 male, when we were both teenagers. So, like yesterday.
Truly.
I didn't have a stable home life, and Mark didn't have a stable relationship with his family either. And by the way, this comes from user JumpySecret4922, direct from the r/okstorytime subreddit, which is where you can submit your stories as well. I'm Dakota.
I'm Sophia.
We're going to read this story, and we're going to say stuff about it, and it might not be everything that needs to be said, because we don't know everything. So tell us what you know down in the comments. And OP says, during that period, Mark and I grew close. He helped take care of me after I suffered a concussion and gave me a place to stay when I had nowhere else to go. What is that? Nightingale syndrome? Florence?
What?
Where you like fall in love with the person you take care of?
Oh, okay, yeah. The Florence Nightingale effect is a trope where a caregiver falls in love with their patient.
His patient.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just the definition. The definition is very gendered.
Anyway, so I had planned to move to Texas to stay with my sister and possibly join the military. No! But Mark and his family offered me a place to live instead. Yes! His family allowed me to stay in his old room under the agreement that I would pay for my own food. The environment wasn't perfect as there was tension, limited communication, and I was dealing with a lot mentally, but Mark and I grew closer during that time and eventually started dating. Issues began when his brother-in-law spread false claims around Mark's family that I had been flirting with him.
Dude,
You've already got a wife. Go flirt with her.
stop.
Don't pull my ponytail. No one addressed it directly with us, and instead, it became gossip, which created discomfort and tension between his sister, Bethany, and I. We didn't find out until months later that the brother-in-law had even stated he found me attractive, which explained a lot for us. Yeah, that can all be solved with one uncomfortable group chat.
Yeah. Hey, this is what's going on.
Would you rather spread the discomfort thinly across 3 months
Yeah.
or have one direct injection of a hard conversation that sets the record straight?
Thick old slab of butter on the bread of this conversation.
Around that time, my own sister moved away without properly saying goodbye, calling me on Thursday to say she was moving out of state on Friday, which hit me hard emotionally. I felt abandoned and leaned heavily on Mark for support. After about a year together, Mark and I moved into our own apartment to get away from the ongoing family drama. Later, Mark's sister, Bethany, confided that she was planning to leave her husband and wanted to hang out again, and we were so proud of her. But later, she decided to stay with him.
Oh.
She also asked me to keep a secret, telling me she was planning on moving out of state at the end of the week, and asked that I not tell Mark. I refused and informed Mark about her plans, which caused a huge argument between Bethany and I for not keeping the secret, and between Mark and Bethany for her wanting to leave without telling him. This caused her to cut contact with me entirely and create distance with Mark as well, including discouraging her children from interacting with me.
Oh, wow.
So it sounds like no one's got any tactical sense here.
No.
All right? She tells you to keep the secret. You can totally not keep the secret, but you can't go to Mark and be like, she's going to do this. Go, go, go.
Go. Everyone out. Roll out.
You got to go, hey, Mark, she told me this. It's supposed to be a secret. See if you can get her to say it herself before she does it.
Yeah, that would have been smarter.
Over time, the family dynamic remained strained. At a family event in 2025, tensions came to a head when Bethany repeatedly insulted me despite being asked to stop. I had been dealing with her provocations for hours, and when I was having a rare positive moment with Mark's father and a genuine conversation with him, Bethany interrupted us and called me a name.
I'm just imagining OP trying to talk to Mark's father, and she's like, wow, like, can you tell me about, your life growing up? It's just, I find it so interesting. And then she's behind you,
I was raised on a peanut farm.
You're a little witch.
Oh.
Sorry, I don't know who said that. Please keep going.
No, I don't think I will.
I hate you.
I think this moment is ruined.
You suck.
So I snapped.
When you reject all the time.
I snapped and I told her to stop calling me names and brought up how ridiculous it was that she was still holding a grudge over me not keeping a secret from Mark. Mark did not intervene during the conflict, which led to a difficult conversation afterward about his lack of support. Since then, his father has largely ignored me, looking right through me when I'm in the room, and interactions with the rest of his family have been minimal or cold. Despite all of this, Mark and I got engaged and initially planned a wedding, but due to stress and family tension, it began affecting my health. I ended up losing about 20 pounds in a month, and we decided to elope instead. Yikes. Good call.
Ooh-wee.
Good call. You can't lose that much weight in a month. That's dangerous. I was going to visit my older sister in Texas with Mark anyway, and we ended up getting married at a courthouse with my sister officiating. It was a nice 3-person wedding and took a lot of stress off of us. I planned on not telling anyone right away and just posting about it a little while after we got married so we could have our newlywed bubble for a bit. And it was really nice. Mark and I decided to inform his family about 4 days after we got married once we traveled back home. The reactions were underwhelming and none of his family congratulated him. It's because none of them like you.
Yeah.
Mark decided he didn't want to tell his sister directly and that she would find out from Facebook when my family saw the post. When the post went up, his sister cut contact entirely, unadding him on everything, and his father began avoiding both of us, including ignoring Mark at work when they are scheduled together.
So weird. I hate that behavior.
Have these people ever properly even articulated what their issue is with you?
No, they just call you names and ignore you.
What is shocking is that my family normally has more drama than his, and we assumed mine would make a fuss, but they're just happy for us.
That's so funny. They're like, usually we cause a fuss, but we like you guys.
Yeah, they hit you with the old switcheroo. His family didn't even offer a single congratulations. His mom reached out later, but it seemed like she called to start a fight rather than comfort Mark about how his dad and sister were ignoring him. She told him it was his fault because what we did by getting married and not inviting anyone was messed up, and that Mark not calling his sister was messed up too. You guys don't like her.
Yeah.
She was losing 5 pounds a week from the stress of it.
Yeah, come on.
So we got married for us. Ugh.
You guys suck. Of course
What
you weren't
happened?
invited.
What is going on?
What's going on?
It all started with your brother-in-law being a weird, disgusting pig.
Yeah, he was like, she's flirting with me, and everyone's like, well, there you go. Get the witch.
And that's a fact. And we are going to believe that, and we are going to live that truth without saying a word, because we all are 15.
It's true.
By the way, you can listen to full episodes of stories just like this on your favorite podcast platform, iHeartRadio, or wherever else you listen to podcasts. Just search OK Storytime. We've got a little bit more story here.
Sure do.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations if no one said it. Very exciting. I think now you know your wedding's for you. At least your family's on your side, OP.
Yeah.
And Mark's family really sucks.
Yeah, silver lining there. I would say that the way you need to address this moving forward is just put it all out there and be like, we're going to have a discussion. Clearly, everything is messed up.
Yeah.
People have feelings. Everyone thinks it's his fault or my fault or their fault, whatever. We need to clear the slate here because we are all adults. And I would like us to have a workable family-like dynamic.
Yeah.
And if they don't respond to that, you tried. It's time to move on.
Exactly. You already had your little secret wedding, so didn't need them there.
When Mark brought up what his sister and father had put him through in the past, his mom deflected and said, we still should have called the day of the wedding because they deserved to know. Mark even brought up the fact that we had planned on throwing a reception at a campground for both of our families so we could celebrate with less stress, but she didn't seem to care about that and just said that they had the right to be informed the day of. Oh, that's crazy, because you didn't. So...
If you had the right to be informed, then we would have informed you. But it was more of a privilege, and we took away that privilege.
You have the wrong to be informed. Given their attitudes towards us, we didn't think so. After the phone call, Mark's mother sent 2 extremely long paragraphs about the difference between eloping and what we did and how we had hurt them.
She sends a definition. She's like, Webster's dictionary defines eloping as... And then it's like 5 paragraphs.
What did you do? You eloped. Versus what you did, which was just like explanation of the term stabbed in back.
Yeah. Caesared me.
Yes.
Et tu, Brute?
Ides have marched me, I see. When Mark didn't respond, she sent a follow-up message saying, oh, by the way, you got married on your brother-in-law's birthday.
Ides have marched him.
So, happy birthday, brother-in-law, who lied to my whole family about my wife flirting with him. You loser. What do I care? Clearly trying to get a reaction. It didn't work. Now Mark wants to go no contact entirely and not invite them to the reception at all. I like that idea. After the thing I said earlier. But I do appreciate that sentiment. It shows that your husband has a brain and it's working correctly. We are really just trying to figure out whether we are the ones in the wrong here and whether anyone else thinks no contact is the right answer. Yeah, no, you're not in the wrong here. I firmly believe your wedding is your wedding. You can do it however you want. Your wedding is for you and your partner.
Dakota's all about secret weddings.
I think secret wedding is the best. I think where you messed up is you did the secret wedding and then you told everyone about it. You do the secret wedding, tell no one about it, then do another second wedding that's a fake wedding.
Ah.
You don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
And then you reveal it that day. You go, there you go. Where's the priest? Where's the rings?
Well.
And then you hold up the marriage license. Oh, we are already married. Surprise. Ah!
But it's actually the prestige.
It's actually the prestige.
And I won't say anything more because if you've seen it, you get it. And if you haven't, as a huge spoiler.
God, that'd be whoa, crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prestige is pretty crazy.
Pretty prestigious. Yeah, I think barring that, like, hey, let's just be adults here and get on the other side of this. And if they refuse to play that, I would feel no contact is totally warranted.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll come crawling back. They're going to need something. They're going to want something. And they're going to say, oh, Minu, hi, we're so sorry about all the stuff that happened. Can I have $100? And you get to go, who is this?
Now.
But that is the end of that story.
And we've got some comments from the video. My fiance is overwhelmed by child support payments. I'm rethinking our wedding.
You might rethink it, make it secret.
And this was posted May 3rd, 2025. And the TLDR comes from Story 1. OP's engaged to a guy she loves, but one trip to the DMV cracks open a can of worms she never saw coming. That's every trip to the DMV. Turns out her fiance has been quietly ignoring child support notices for not 1, not 2, but 3 kids from his past. We're talking $50,000+ in debt, a suspended license, wage garnishments, and a court hearing he refuses to even show up to.
Oh, my Lord.
Yikes. Every time OP tries to talk about it, he shuts down completely and buries his head deeper in the sand.
Dude, there's nothing to even talk about. He's got 3 secret kids he didn't tell you about. You can't marry that man.
No. OP finally snaps, calls off the wedding, hands back the ring, and tells him to get out. She even offers to pay for a lawyer and a plane ticket so he can go fix his mess. His response, he ghosts her completely, blocks her everywhere. And 3 weeks later, she finds out he drove to Reno and married a bartender he met at a bar the night she kicked him out. 3 kids abandoned, $50,000 ignored, a 5-year relationship thrown away, and somehow he still had the nerve to call her shallow. So what happens when OP finally tracks down his best friend to get answers? And what does the new wife have no idea she signed up for? If you're curious to know the full story, you can go watch the full video. And we've got comments from you guys.
Like that description was a little too descriptive.
Yeah.
Kind of got everything.
Got everything, but maybe there's more.
There's probably even better if you go watch it.
Comment 1, Angela Jaime 5155 says, never for a second did I believe that he was unaware of his children. And Metis Rose 95 says, guys, he obviously knew about the children and has been dodging payments. Yeah. Serving Kant says she shouldn't have trusted a guy who jumped at the chance to give up his paternal rights of a kid he abandoned. Agree.
All of those very good thoughts.
Valid. Plans for Ransom 8859 says she better not marry him because she becomes responsible for his child support when they marry. Molly, you in danger, girl.
Yeah, that's exactly what that poor bartender in Reno did not know, that she just is now responsible for half of his debt.
Molly, you in danger. But that's the end of those comments and the end of this episode. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you,
And see you tomorrow. Hey, don't leave yet. We've got some stories that we think you'll enjoy, so stay tuned for the next one. I lost control on a first date and snapped at her family.
Oh, snap.
Why are you meeting her family on the first date? I joined a dating site to try and get more dates. That was my only intent. I have been working too much for 2 years at my new job. I just wanted to have more fun. By the way, this comes from throwaway4352015. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/okstorytime subreddit. Oh, I got an email and set up a date with this girl. It's my 5th date from the site and it's been fun. But this one girl was like one of those love at first sight moments when we met at a restaurant. I saw her. She was perfect. I tried to play it cool, but I felt like I could just cut ties with all the girls I've dated and commit to her. Physically, she was everything I could ever ask for and exactly my type. Her personality seemed like a 10 out of 10. About 30 minutes into sitting down, we didn't even order because we were just talking. The chemistry was as good as it was with my first love when I was 13. It was perfect. Sparks were flying. I thought I was done and ready to commit right there. But then she tells me to forget about ordering food, that we should go somewhere else. She has an idea. She wouldn't say much, and I like surprises, so I didn't ask. We jumped in my car and drove to a restaurant about 20 minutes away, kind of out of town. It was halfway up a mountain near a ski resort. I'm familiar with the area, so no big deal. We walk in, and her family is celebrating her aunt's birthday.
I'm viscerally uncomfortable at the thought of doing this on the first interaction.
I hate this. What? There were only family members, about 40 people. She introduces me and everybody was happy to meet me. Really nice. Everyone also knew she was out on a first date. They were asking her stuff like, is this the guy? Is this your date? Is this the one? Suddenly, I wasn't so cool and relaxed. I felt heavy pressure to be on my best behavior. High pressure to the 3rd degree. But everybody was nice, so that helped. We sat down and I started being questioned by her older sister, her aunt, and another lady whose relation to my date I forgot.
Literally first date, and you're being interrogated by extended family members who you don't even know how they're related.
And also not even talking to your date.
Yeah, you're being...
Like the whole point of a first date is getting to know someone. You're not even talking to your date.
Let me let my family get to know you first.
Her mom started kind of defending me, telling them to back off and let me eat. But the interrogating continued. After who knows how long, they turned to my date and jokingly said, "We approve." That's when I was finally able to get my bearings. I was totally off balance all night, just tense. I was afraid the back of my shirt would get that big wet spot because I could feel sweat on my back. Then her sister brought her cute little girl and let me hold her. She and my date started taking pictures of me holding her, and then somebody else's baby boy as well. I started to feel like the tone of it all was that we were a couple. I kind of felt like I was married to her, and these nice people were my in-laws.
Okay, well, now that sounds more like a you problem, buddy. Like, let's use our brains here and not run away with a fairy tale.
I think he's saying like it felt like they were treating him like this, and he was like, "Whoa, we just had a first date."
It is weird to have to be approved by the entire extended family on the first date.
Well, at least, because I feel like some cultures will do this where you know, the whole family, obviously you have arranged marriage and stuff. But in this case, Opie had no idea that this was happening and was just told, "Hey, we're going to go to this place." And he was like, "Okay," shows up. Everyone kind of was like, "Hey, you're on a date." And he's like, "What?" Keep in mind, her car is still at the other restaurant down the hill. Then her dad suddenly asks me jokingly what my intentions with his daughter are. I can't remember exactly how he phrased the question. Everyone at the table, about half the people there, looked at me. I guess I was exhausted from all the questioning by multiple people multiple times and the pressure of it all because I kind of lost it. He asked the question. I looked across the table at her and she told her dad to stop. Her dad smiles and jokingly says he'd really like to hear my response. Her uncle, I think, also said he'd like to know, also jokingly. I looked at my date and said, "Can I talk to you alone for a minute?" minute, to which her dad laughs loudly and says, I made him nervous. So now everybody is laughing, and I guess it was all a big joke. Then I said again, hey, can I talk to you alone for a minute? I stood up, kind of. It was one of those long bench seats, and I couldn't push it back because other people were sitting on it. Then her sister, I think, says, oh, there are no secrets in this family. Speak your mind. People laugh again, and everyone starts making jokes. Then a man who married into the family chimes in, saying he remembers being in my place. He says, let me give you some advice. The best thing to do right now is speak your mind and be honest. Others join in, echoing his sentiment jokingly, I think. I look at my date and she says something like, you can tell me anything here. We're all family. She too seemed to be joking. But by then, I had started to lose my ability to tell when people were joking and when they were serious. Then her dad says, wait, I haven't gotten an answer to my question. So finally, I speak directly to him and say, I'd like to discuss that with her first. But I regretfully laughed as I said it. So her dad says, I asked you first. I want to know. I turn to my date and she says something like, go ahead. You can tell me. I'm a big girl. I can handle it. So I said, okay. Sat down and took a couple of breaths while her dad quieted everybody down. I started with, I think I made a huge mistake.
Oh.
It all spiraled down from there. I said harsh things like how I felt like I was having a bad dream where I was suddenly married. I questioned her intentions in bringing me there. I said things like, what were you thinking? Yes, I liked you, but I just met you. And right now I know your aunt, I pointed at her, better than I know you. I think she was humiliated, but I couldn't stop. The more I spoke, the worse it got. Total tailspin. I said I wanted to find someone special, but didn't want to skip the first 29 dates and jump straight to date 30, which is what had happened that night. Then people started interrupting, suggesting we slow down and have a real first date. I wasn't having it. I was out of control. I said, no, it's too late for that. I feel robbed. I wanted to meet this girl, get to know her, date her, and maybe fall for her. But now it's like we're engaged. Her whole family is here, and there are all these expectations. We skipped the getting to know each other and dating part. I feel robbed.
All right, buddy.
Then I said yet another thing I regret. There's a little bit more. It's a huge red flag that I asked for a minute alone with you two to talk, and this is what I got instead. I added, you're all great, a great family, but the lack of certain boundaries is a huge red flag for me. I would never let my relationship become family business.
Buddy, relax, dude.
At this point, my date interrupts me and says, okay, so let's talk in private. Let's go outside and talk. I'm sorry I didn't give you that minute. Let's go outside and talk privately. I'll give you all night. She was visibly shaken and I could tell tears were inevitable. I stood up again and realized that I had insulted all of them, so I just walked out. I felt really bad because they were all nice and had nothing but the best intentions. They love her and were literally telling me I was good enough, which should have been a compliment. I somehow took it the wrong way and spat in their faces. I didn't even drink. And edit. We walked out and I let her have it again. She was now sobbing uncontrollably. She apologized and pretty much begged for us to start over. I told her I wasn't into it and left her there.
Bro, relax. What are we doing? You're like, she's 10 out of 10. She's got the best personality. She's this, she's that. And you're going to let one bad first date? Huge red flag for me is then we stepped outside and I let her have it again. The situation's already diffused now, buddy. You have no excuse.
I drove home and couldn't help but wonder if I overreacted.
You did.
Just a little bit.
A lot. I'm disagreeing with her.
I think we're on different pages.
Which is great. I love when this happens.
But I'm like, I understand it. I couldn't sleep and I woke up this morning feeling like I probably did overreact. Now I feel like crap. But it's done. I can't undo it. Edit, let me ask this more clearly. Should I call her and apologize for humiliating her and insulting her family? Or should I just move on? Or should I wait to see if she calls or and apologize then? And there is an update. I do think that he could call.
Yes.
And say like, hey, really sorry for the outburst. I think I just felt really overwhelmed. I don't know if I want to keep this going, but I did want to apologize. Just want to clear something up. My date never had a profile on the dating site. She was browsing through with her friend who has a profile, and they were looking for a date for her friend. It was the friend who originally messaged me to set me up with my date. Also, I deleted my profile. I'm totally done with online dating. I've been in this city 2 years now, so I'm just going to go out and meet people the old-fashioned way. It just feels less risky somehow. I know this is going to disappoint many of you, but I decided to speak with her. The very day I posted here was the day immediately after our date. That same evening, she called me, but I didn't answer because I was in the shower. So she sent me a text that said, do you hate me too much to talk to me? I texted back, I don't hate you. She responded, can I call you? I texted, yes. So she called and immediately went into full apology damage control mode. I told her that it was okay and that I was already over it and had moved on. She asked if there was any way we could meet because there were some things she wanted to say in person. And she wanted us to part with a handshake and all that. It kind of sounded like she needed closure.
So again.
But why? I feel like they're making this a lot more serious,
No.
that it's one date and she needs closure.
I think we're missing info. I think that there was, and that's why the whole family already knew about this guy who's like, it's just a dating app, but it's like clearly they were talking in a way that made her feel like, oh my God, me and this guy click like bing, bang, boom. Like, and apparently the family knew.
Text is deceptive though. You can
But
click over.
He echoed that sentiment.
Yeah.
He literally said she's perfect.
I know, but I think it's deceptive. I think they're both like, oh wait, this is the real person, and I don't know if they're real in person.
I don't know.
I just remembered a very sad, tragic tale.
Oh, what is it?
I remember when a young Samuel Donner, he wanted to join the cool kids, but instead of labeling you as one of the cool kids,
They called me Salad Boy because I ate nothing but salads. Could not trade my lunch for a lunch bowl, really anything.
You know what community will always welcome you with open arms, Sam?
And make you feel like a cool kid?
The great people who have OK Storytime memberships.
Oh, I heard that 60 plus hours of members only content Monday, Wednesday, Fridays.
You heard right, Sam, and it's only $5 a month.
So go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join. Now back to the story.
Chomp, chomp.
So I agreed to meet her downtown to talk the following Tuesday. Not a date, no lunch, no coffee. We just met at a park. We met and I knew she was still the one. Okay.
Bing, bang, boom. What did I say?
Wow, wait. She told me she loves me and we decided to try it again? What? We went on 3 dates and I proposed. She said yes. We're going to get married in... No way.
No.
We're going to
No,
get
no,
married
no.
in December. No big wedding. We're going to fly to Las Vegas and do it there. The plan is to spend Christmas as a married couple. Just kidding. You freaking liar.
So you can make jokes, huh?
I'm not that effing crazy. Hopefully you're still reading. We're still here. The rest of the update continues in the next paragraph. Okay. We met at a park just to talk. I had been so disappointed because I felt that the spark and the butterflies in my stomach would be gone, that I wouldn't like her anymore. As soon as I saw her, this was confirmed. There was no spark.
Boo. Boo this man.
She looked great, but I just didn't feel it. It kind of crushed me. So I decided to listen to her as she apologized again and told me she had really liked me on that first date and got carried away, making a very dumb decision that she wishes she could take back. She added that her mom had pulled her aside when we arrived and right from the beginning told her that if she liked me, she just made a big mistake by bringing me. I guess her mom pretty much cringed when she saw us walk in that night. Also, I should say that her mom was the only one defending me that night and practically pulling people off me, like her religious uncle who asked me if I had been saved. I remember that pretty well, but I guess her mom came down on her hard for not just having a first date. But she also said that things got even crazier after I left. Her mom wasn't there for my rant. She had driven somebody home and came back after I'd left. She found my date outside crying and was told what happened. Her mom, I guess, stormed into the restaurant and went off on everybody for ganging up on me. My date says she called them a bunch of out of control animals. The whole thing was reduced to a big finger pointing fest by everybody. The mom was furious because the story is that my date's dad left them when my date was 9. He had some sort of breakdown and became a heavy drinker. He became verbally and emotionally abusive, so the mom punted him out to protect the kids. He refused to get his act together and disappeared for almost 10 years. So the mom hates when the dad acts like he has a say in his kids' lives since he was gone and just came back less than 2 years ago. But he still lives over an hour away. A lot of the people who were there, I guess, live far away and flew in for the aunt's birthday. Supposedly, most of them she only sees once a year at most. When the mom went off on him especially hard and questioned his right to have any say in his daughter's decision to date anybody, she embarrassed him in front of everybody for having overstepped so many boundaries.
May I also just say 40 people is a lot.
Lot of people. She told me this stuff because she wanted me to know that she was very sorry she let her dad act all fatherly when it wasn't the time and it wasn't his place. These were her words, not mine. In a way, I'm glad the mom wasn't there to witness me going off because then I would have felt really bad. But come to think of it, she probably would have stepped in and prevented it. She asked me if there was a way we could have that first date again, but I said no.
Boo.
There's no way I can pretend that we are meeting for the first time after all of that. I know too much about her. I feel way too gone past that first date mode right now, and maybe I need to take a break from formal dates. I did apologize to her for not telling her right away how uncomfortable I was and for going off on her outside the restaurant. I told her that there were a lot of nice people there that I felt bad about, but that I'm sure they understood me because they seem reasonable. As I was talking to her, I could see how much better she felt that I had given my own apology. Her face went from subdued and sorry to kind of hopeful and semi-happy. She started to get back her glow and her spunk. We started talking about other stuff, what I do at work, my hobbies, and some other casual stuff. The more I talked, the more she glowed. I felt bad because she showed up looking kind of fragile and contrite. She looked vulnerable, but by the end of our conversation, she was smiling and looking more sure of herself. I tried to show my sense of humor and make her laugh. I felt kind of sorry for her, so I made it my goal to send her home smiling. I kind of started to feel that spark again after she started smiling and laughing more. She has a great laugh. It's really cute and innocent. It felt a lot like it did at the restaurant. Her awesomeness comes back when she's comfortable. Oh, she definitely does it for me.
Okay, listen. I'm getting terrible vibes from OP.
I don't know. It seems like they're making up.
I've met people like this, and it's like the people that they see have to fit into like, and I may be just over generalizing here. He wants this girl to fit in a nice little box, and it's like, the fact that he's like, oh, well, when she was all sad and fragile and subdued, I didn't care anything for her. And when she started laughing the way that I wanted her to be, it's like, I started to feel the spark again. It's like, who do you think you are, the king of the world? Like,
okay, but again, this is a person he's only been on one date with.
Exactly.
Introduces him to his entire family. But I'm like deeply uncomfortable at that thought. And then shows up and is apologizing, but is like crying, and you're like, I just met you.
Okay,
literally just met you.
To your point, they have literally just met. And what is he saying? He's describing her getting her spark back, her getting her spunk going again. It's like, how do you know that?
That's true.
Who
That's
are
true.
you?
That's true. She definitely does it for me. I walked her to her car and we agreed that another date is probably not a good idea right now. She wanted to meet my yoga teacher because she's the best. My date, I feel weird not typing her name, as said she needs to learn to relax more when she's stressed out. So I met her at yoga class the following Thursday and made the introduction. My date has been coming to the same 3 yoga sessions that I do weekly. We talk there. She still flirts with me and hints that we should meet for hot tea. Neither of us is a coffee drinker. I walk her to her car after class because it's dark by then. I still like her, and I can tell she feels the same way. The spark is all the way back now. The spark's back, Dakota.
No!
The spark's back.
Now I have bad vibes.
Spark
I
is
don't
back.
like it.
But all those comments I got here on my original post about her being crazy are still completely lodged in my head. They have me second guessing myself about staying in touch with her. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but whatever it is, it's gonna take time. There is another update. Do you have any final thoughts? Because I think
I think all my thoughts have been spoken.
I think we agree, but for different reasons.
We agree, but we're on opposite sides of the fence.
Yeah, I'm like, we should, like, we're coming over here and we're on different sides, but we're both merging to say they should not be together. Update 2. We continue to attend the same yoga class. Then I accepted an invitation from her to get tea after class. We had a lot of fun and made plans for an official date.
Boo this man again for different reasons.
But I want you guys to officially listen to more full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app and search up Storytime. Easy as that.
Go do it, and do it as soon as you're done with this episode.
But there is a little bit left. I went out on a date with her. We dated for a while and took it really slowly. I asked her to be my girlfriend in early February. So far, things have gone really smoothly. My lease is up in June, and I want to move out of my apartment because it's kind of a bachelor place. I want to rent a house and ask her to move in. I feel like our relationship is growing fast and deepening fast, but I think the reason is because we turned out to be so compatible. Also, I really am in love with her and she with me, so I don't want to take it slow anymore. I know she's going to be very happy when I ask her to move in with me, so that's where things are. And that is the end of that story.
I truly do not know what to make of all of that.
I don't either, but you know what? If they're happy, I guess.
I guess,
I really wish that we got an update where it's like, and I met her family again. Well,
hey, good luck.
Boy.
That's all I can say, I guess. But that is the end of that story.
Yep. So we're going to get into the next one.
My girlfriend's family insulted me during Thanksgiving, but my girlfriend didn't defend me.
Break up.
So, to give some context, I was born in India and moved to America when I was 5 years old. while my girlfriend, on the other hand, is white. We've been together for 2 years now, and it's been an absolutely incredible relationship.
Oh no.
By the way, this comes from user Chats Hit Get Banged 101, and if you want to submit your own stories, go do it at the r/okstorytime subreddit. She's kind, sweet, fun, and I really do want to spend the rest of my life with her. We've never really faced any sort of confrontation or prejudice for our relationship at college. Nobody cares, which is why I wasn't prepared at all for her family. Anyways, we're getting pretty serious now. We're planning to move in together next semester, and I'm planning on proposing after we graduate.
Whoa.
She wanted me to meet her family, I guess to take the next step or whatever, so she invited me to her place for Thanksgiving weekend. She warned me her family was kind of different and to try and interact and be nice to everyone. When we got there and she introduced me to everyone, they all looked at me as if they'd never seen a brown guy their entire life. It was really awkward. While I was shaking everyone's hand, her 2 older brothers ignored me and walked away when I stuck my hand out to them. And that's the moment I'm leaving. At first, I thought it was because they were weird around new people, so I didn't think much of it. I didn't really get a chance to talk with anyone as we got in late at night, and I was so tired. The next morning on Thanksgiving, everyone was watching football in the living room. So I went and joined them. Her brothers were talking some football strategy when the Eagles were getting their butts kicked. And so I commented on one of the things they said. They immediately started laughing and said, "What do you know about sports? Did you even play any?" I told them, yes, I played basketball and did track in high school. They laughed and said, "Your sports teams must have been crap. I've never seen an athletic brown guy." I didn't say anything in response. I just got up, left, and ignored them for the rest of the day. Then later on during the dinner, her uncle asked me what I was studying. I told them I was doing a business degree and was planning on going to law school. Her D-bag brothers then chimed in and said, "I thought you would follow the family business. You know, go run a call center or a 7-Eleven or whatever." They also noticed how I wasn't eating any meat. So they asked my girlfriend why, and she responded that I'm a vegetarian. And their response was, "No wonder, I've never seen a buff brown guy my entire life." At this point, I was so close to just leaving, but I thought I could just put up with them a bit more for my girlfriend. A bit later, her dad and some other relatives were talking about Trump and how he's completely right about Muslims cheering during 9/11 or some BS. I completely zoned out to their nonsense. Then her dad asked me, "Are you Muslim?" Which I said no to. Her grandma then said, "BS, you look like one and your name is like one. All of you basically slurs disgust me." After that, I was effing done. I tried to be kind, but these effers treat me like crap and insisted on saying stupid, prejudicial things about myself and my race. My girlfriend followed me up to her room. I told her I was leaving and going to stay in a hotel, but she begged me to stay for one more night?
Breaking up with her. Breaking up with her.
Yeah, I'm breaking up with her right then. It's like, do you not even see?
Like, you put him in this situation. Like, obviously his family are like terrible monsters, but like, she is a freaking a-hole. Freaking a-hole to put him in this situation, not defend him, and then have the audacity to tell him that he has to stay in it.
Yeah. She said that we would leave early in the morning. She apologized for their behavior, but told me this is the way they've always been and that she was sorry for not defending me. I was about to lay into her for not saying anything to defend me, but I didn't feel like getting into an argument in front of her family. I stayed in her room for the rest of the night, avoided all of her family, and left early the next morning. We've both avoided the entire incident since, but I really want to address this before it becomes a further issue. We're getting pretty serious, so I'm probably not going to be able to further avoid her family. So I want some advice on how to deal with these types of people. What should I do? There's an update. So yeah, a lot of crap has gone down since my original post. First of all, I want to thank everyone for their responses. Moving on. Yesterday, I texted my girlfriend to come over to my apartment to talk. I was planning on telling her that I was really upset by the fact that she didn't defend me at all from her relatives, and that she didn't prepare me by properly informing me of how her family behaves. In addition, I was hoping we could make an agreement for the future on how to properly deal with these sorts of situations. So she came over later on in the evening. We sat down and I first began by discussing how pissed I was that she neither prepared me for the incident nor defended me when it occurred. She immediately broke down and started crying. Then she started saying how sorry she was for putting me in that situation and that she had her reasons. The only reason that you do that is because you're afraid your not white boyfriend is going to break up with you when he finds out your whole family is
Yeah, which is not a good enough reason.
That's you being scared.
That's you being selfish.
John, we're going to get back to the story, but you're old.
You're as old as me now, pal.
I might be as old as you, but I feel like you have oodles more wisdom.
I've got some wisdom in this old noggin.
You got a piece of wisdom for me right now?
Always respect you.
And I think the other piece of wisdom that I've learned from John is join OK Storytime memberships.
Yeah, that's freaking right. We have 60 plus hours of exclusive live streams on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
It's only $5 a month, so go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join.
Get it now while I'm still alive.
And now back to the story.
Apparently, she had kept me a secret from her family for the past 2 years because she knew they would not approve of her choices. A few months ago, one of her family friends that we go to college with saw us together on a date or something. She then went and told her family that my girlfriend was dating an Indian guy. So for the last few months, without my knowledge, my girlfriend has been constantly getting phone calls, texts, and emails from her family and old friends that she should break up with me. She could do a lot better and that she wasn't safe around someone like me. She basically ignored all of their requests and repeatedly tried to explain to them that she was happy with me and they should try and respect her feelings. She showed me some texts and it displayed how they were emotionally blackmailing her, saying BS like they put food on her table and took care of her for all these years and she doesn't care for her family at all? After a few months of this, she told them that they should at least give me a chance and meet me, with the hope that they would somehow change their opinion and understand her feelings. She didn't want to tell me the full scope of how effed up her family was because she was scared I would break up with her. I was really saddened to hear this because that would never happen. Also, the reason she remained quiet during her family's remarks was that she thought arguing back would further exacerbate the situation, and we would have no chance of them changing their opinion. Hey, girl, you don't have that chance at all, ever, from the beginning.
Nope.
After I had left their house the morning after Thanksgiving, her parents told her how rude and disrespectful they found me. They also said how it wasn't proper for her to date outside of her race, which that's not rude at all, right? That's not a rude thing to say.
Yeah, they're like rude and disrespectful. Us, never. Those are just totally normal, not racist comments that everyone makes.
Maybe they just maybe this Thanksgiving was on a Wednesday and it was opposite day.
Yeah, and
they were like, why was he being so... We were trying to be rude and mean because we wanted to know how much we like him. Her grandmother apparently thought I was part of Obama's Muslim Brotherhood, sent here to fight for the Islamification of America. LOL, I know. I had no idea idiot like this existed. They then gave her an ultimatum: either end our relationship or they would cut her off completely. Girl, look at that. You have found yourself in a perfect position. Let the stinky trash take itself out.
It is not worth selling your soul to the literal devil. Like obviously it's going to be a lot harder to pay off, if you have student loans and stuff you have to get, that's going to be a lot harder. But in the long run, like cutting yourself off from these horrible people who are going to make your life a nightmare and hold the money that they spend on you over your head forever, it's just like in the long run, so just cut them off.
And beyond that, it's just look at them, look at you and say, are these people I want to have around? Is this behavior I would tolerate in any context?
Yeah.
And if the answer is yes, you need to do some serious self-reflection.
Also, she absolutely is part of the problem.
Fingers crossed this story ends with her cutting her entire family off. Her parents pay for both her college and her residence expenses. She was trying to find the right time and the best way to tell me this, which I'm guessing is why she avoided this topic for the past week. She came to the decision that she wanted to continue dating me and informed her family of that decision. And by the way, I'm going to inform you right now that you can make a decision to listen to full episodes with stories like this. All you have to do is go to Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcast from, and even YouTube. If you want, search OK Storytime. Go ahead and do that. There's 47 days worth of episodes for you to listen to back to back to back to back to back. There is a little bit of story left. Honestly, there's nothing to say.
Yeah.
These people are trash.
These people are awful.
Yes.
And you need to dump them.
100%. For the next hour, we discussed whether or not this was the right decision for her. I felt guilty that I would be the reason she goes into massive student debt, but she told me this was the right choice. She could no longer stand their toxic presence in her life, and the way they treated me was the last straw. So I guess this is where we're at right now. We're trying to figure out how to deal with all the fallout together. And in all honesty, I'm very proud of her for the way she handled an extremely difficult situation. I wish that she had told me beforehand so we could have dealt with this together, but she held strong to what her personal feelings were and didn't allow herself to be walked all over by her family. She's been through a lot of crap in her life, and I'm really happy that she stood up to them. And that is the end of that story. And would you look at that?
She cut him off. There we go. That's what we wanted to happen.
Yes.
And I mean, obviously she made a ginormous error
Indeed.
in the beginning of the story. And she is absolutely at fault for that.
Indeed.
We did say that the only way that she could potentially move forward is by cutting them all off.
And then,
She cut them all off.
so thus, they
They have a
remain
potential-
together.
Yeah.
Yes.
They have a potential for moving forward.
And that is the end of that story.